Hi everyone, welcome to Chair Yoga. I'm Kema. So today we are going to have a little bit more of an invigorating yoga practice. So that means we're going to incorporate some standing poses into our practice today. So the basics of what you need is a chair, and then if you want to go ahead and grab yourself something to drink, have that set over to the side just in case you need to take a break. So please remember safety first. We're going to scan our environment and make sure there's nothing that could get in our way. I'll be barefoot. If you want to wear your shoes, that's fine as well. Just try to avoid like your socks on slippery surfaces, that sort of thing. Let's avoid that. Remember, you can always hit pause on your device. This is a video, so you can always pause it and come back to it. So if you need to take a break at any point in time, go ahead and take that break. So we are going to start standing up. We're going to get ourselves oriented in a mountain pose. We'll go into a couple of balance poses, some standing poses, and then we'll finish up the class seated. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and slip my glasses off. Check your chairs. Let's go back, make sure that we have some space. There are a couple of positions you could be in here. If you wanted to be behind your chair, to really hold on to this chair for support, you can be behind. Over to the side, that way you're only using one hand. Or I'm going to actually be in front of the chair. That's also mainly so you can see what I'm doing. If I was behind the chair, you wouldn't be able to see so well, right? But any of those positions will work for you, and I will try to give you some hints as we move around. So I want you to go ahead and take your feet out a little wider than hip distance apart for me. And you're going to line your feet up parallel. Maybe the big toes turned in a little towards each other, but I want you to find a comfortable stance. I'm just coming back and forth on my feet. I'm lifting the toes up as I come back, so I put that pressure into the toes and into the balls of my feet, and then I'm going to pull back, ball of the foot, heel of the foot, toes lift. So I'm just going to rock a little forward and back, and I'm trying to turn my proprioceptors on. Those little receptors in our feet that help us know where we are in space, and this is going to assist with my balance. Oop, which I just threw myself off. Okay, now let's do the same thing. We're just going to go side to side a little. I've lifted my toes. That's just to add a little challenge. And now let's go ahead and start to build that mountain. So we've already worked on our feet. I'm going to walk my feet in a little bit more narrow. So now they're at my hip, maybe a little closer. Maybe you'll bring your feet all the way together and have a very narrow stance, wherever is a good balance for you. I'm going to bend my knees a little and then straighten back up. Bending my knees, I tuck my tailbone down, belly up and in, stand back up. Careful not to lock the knees, not to straighten the legs super straight so that you feel the knees press back. One more time. So there's my tailbone down, belly up and in, knees, excuse me, knees soft, legs straight, palms are going to come forward. So here is our mountain pose, our base of all of our standing postures. As we move through the standing postures, we want to try to mimic what's happening in our feet right now, and that should be you pushing through the ball of the big toe, little toe, inner heel, outer heel. You should be tall, tailbone slightly leaning towards the floor, legs not locked. Every time we move into a standing pose, it's going to be this shape. All right, so let's take our arms up to upward mountain. Turn the palms and press your hands down. Now you've got two options here. Make this very active and resist. So it's like someone's pushing my arm down, dropping my shoulders as I come up. Or I can just lightly go through my range of motion where I'm not resisting at all. I'm just enjoying this movement in my joints. Take it up. And one more time, turn and bring them down. Back to mountain pose. Turn your palms in, roll your shoulders up, around, and press them down. Now roll your shoulders back, up, around, and let them drop down. We'll come back to mountain pose. Okay, so now we'll take those arms up, inhale up. We're going to fold down to the left. So drop your arm to the left, take that right arm up and overhead, maybe you'll look up. Don't lose your feet. Make sure this lower body stays nice and strong. Inhale, bring it up. Let's take that left arm up and over, drop the right arm down towards the floor. So we're creating a C shape in our spine. It's about to be a little different, okay? We're gonna inhale up. Now I want you to take that right arm up, push the left arm down, pine tree. And switch. Press it up, press down, no bend. One more time on each side. Push and push. So let's flow here. Let's inhale over and bring it up. Left arm up and over. Bring it up. Right arm up, left arm down. And switch. And switch. And switch. Little rotation, arms to goddess. Let's just turn towards the left. Extend those arms out, push through your feet. Arms back to goddess. Come back forward. We're going to go to the right. Extend the arms out, reach. Bring it back into goddess. Come all the way back forward. Reach around behind you. Interlace your fingers and pull those hands down towards the ground. Squish your shoulders together. We're going to tip our head, left ear to left shoulder. Make sure you're breathing. I didn't go too much over our breathing. Steady breaths, even in, even out. Come up. Let's drop to the other side. And come back. So let's flow there again. Arms to goddess. We'll go to the left. Extend the arms out. Arms back to goddess. We'll come back to the front. Continue to turn towards the right. Extend your arms out. Bring it back. We're going to take those arms behind us, interlace your fingers the awkward way. So shift them down one. Squish your shoulders, lift. Left ear, left shoulder. Breathe. And come up. Other side, breathe. And come up. All right, shake everything out. Let's go ahead and take that left arm across, give it a little shake. Right arm across. All right, let's start to move into that first balance. So I'm going to take my feet back to hip distance apart, and I'm just kind of swaying, moving back and forth, side to side. And I want you to be in that safe spot as we come to one foot. So that means orient yourself to the chair. What's appropriate with you today? I'm going to come all the way over to the right, and I'm going to pull my left foot in and just let my left heel rest on my right ankle. When I come to this pose, my left hip tends to be hiked up higher than my right. So if you take your fingertips to your hip points, you might notice left's up a little higher. If that's the case and it's comfortable, try to soften that hip down so that your hip points are in line with each other. Now, take your hands out. Nice mountain pose. Can we take them up to an open tree? So palms up, we're going to reach up, create some branches here. Now, even though you have that left foot down, we're trying to have the majority of the weight on the right foot, all four sides of the foot. So one little thing you can do here to test is to see if you can lift up your left toes and put them back down. Lift them up and spread them, put them back down. One more time, lift, spread, hold. Let's do some wrist circles while we're up here. You can always rest your toes back down, reverse your wrist circles. Now we're going to let those branches drop. Turn that left knee in, step your foot out, just a little sway. So we're going to repeat that on the other side. Make sure that your alignment, orientation to that chair is good for you. Alright, so as I come over, I'm going to drag toes in. Right heel's going to go right above left ankle. Toes are down. Check my hip points. And I'm going to go ahead and create that branch shape. So my arms don't have to be straight. Think of all the different trees. You could have nice bent elbows if you wanted, soft shoulders. And I'm just going to test that right foot to make sure the weight's on my left leg. And then I can let the toes soften. Let's start those wrist circles again. So just draw circles one way. Not important which way you go. Not important whether they go opposite or the same. Go ahead and reverse. Alright, let's go ahead and take our branches down. Let's go ahead, take our right knee and step out and just sway. Alright, so we're going to do that again. We're just going to change the pattern of our arms. And we're also going to change the pattern of our leg if you'd like. You can always come back to banyan tree. So I'm going to shift the weight to the right. Go ahead, pull my left foot in. And so what I like to do is lift my foot and put my foot on my calf. Never my knee. Some of you might pull your foot all the way up. But I'm just going to find that place where my foot rests on my calf. Find that balance in my hip because my hands are going to be a little different. I'm going to take my right hand out and put my left hand on top. And now it's going to be like we're flipping pancakes. And I'm going to draw that infinity circle. Over, over, over. So now I've got my hands in a different place. It's changing my base of support. And it's really making that standing leg work. Over. Now let's reverse. So we're doing that reverse infinity sign. Oh yeah. There we go. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, step out. Let's balance on one leg. Let's lift up our right leg and draw some ankle circles. Go one way and reverse. Let's go the other way. Go ahead, give it a shake and then bring it up to tree. Okay, so I'm going to put my left hand out, my right hand on top, and start to draw my infinity shape. So my accessory muscles for balance really have to kick in here because I want to pitch and fall. So what's happening is automatically my thighs are squeezing, my glutes are squeezing, my core's working. Let's go back the other way. That is an action that we want to practice so that we can do it subconsciously. So if you find yourself wiggly, that's fine, but try pulling your thighs in, pull the belly up and in, squeeze your glutes just a little, and see if that helps you balance. Let's step over and draw some circles. All right, you guys ready? Let's do some standing poses. So I'm gonna do warrior 2. So in the front of the chair or the back of the chair, you're fine. If you're gonna be the side of your chair, if you're gonna be the side of the chair, you might wanna turn to face it and just work on the side here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is take my feet out a little wider than my chair, and my chair's right behind me. So I know if I need to sit down, I know I can have an emergency exit. Okay, so, and I almost am touching the back of the chair. I'm that close. We don't have to be super wide, but what we're gonna do is take that right foot, and we're gonna try to turn it out. So we're gonna come up on our heel, and we're gonna turn that whole leg out, not just your foot, but let's take the whole leg out. And you're gonna bend your knee just a little and make sure your knee is going over your foot. Now what's your back foot gonna do? It's gonna face forward. Okay, and my feet are lined up with my front heel intersecting the middle of my back foot. And that's what's comfortable for me. You can adjust this back foot forward or back to make this easier. I'm gonna bend my front knee, my right knee, until it's over my ankle. And if I want to go deeper, that back foot moves. I'm gonna leave my front leg where it is. And now we're gonna turn towards the front. But as we turn, we don't allow our right knee to fall in. We're going to keep it open. So we turn and we're pressing that thigh back. Remember I said I want you to find Tadasana, mountain pose, in all our standing poses? Push your big toe mound, little toe mound, heel and heel down. You may have your hands on the back of the chair. You may have your front hand on the chair or your back hand, depending on if you're, I guess you'd be facing me. So one of those hands on the side of the chair. If you're in front, like me, and you're not touching the chair, maybe you want to take both arms out. Okay? You're behind the chair. Maybe you want to take both arms out. You choose. We're going to pull our elbows in, extend those arms out, your palms are facing down, and now can you turn your head and look right over that right hand for me. Push through big toe, little toe, heel, heel in the feet. Slight tuck at the tailbone. Pull the belly up and in and soften your shoulders. Let's take a few breaths. Good job. Now, bring your hands down. Take that right hand to your right thigh. Take your left hand to your ribs and rotate just a little. Can you look over that left shoulder, side angle? If it feels good, take your arm up to the sky and maybe even over. Use your hands for balance on those chairs if you need to. Breathe. 2, 1. Hand to waist. Let's come up. All right, straighten that front leg. Lift your toes. Bring that right foot in first so we have maximum balance. Okay, take a breath. We don't have to rush. And then I'm going to start to pull my left heel in a little and then open my toe. And I'm just going to bend and see if I need to adjust that back foot. And I think I'm good. So find your feet. Turn your chest towards me while you push that left thigh back. And then extend your arms. Take your drishti out over your right hand. Soften your shoulders out of your ears. We're going to have a few breaths here. So if you start to feel shaky, that means your muscles are working and they're growing. So especially we might feel some shake here in the front leg. It also could mean that you've got too much weight on that front leg and you need to redistribute the weight just a little. What you could do through pushing and finding mountain pose in that back foot. So from here, leaned into the leg, doesn't feel as good, but if I press into that foot, I distribute evenly, okay? Now, go ahead, take your left hand down. Use your right hand to open those ribs up. If it feels good, take the arm up or over. You decide what feels good, but you have 3 breaths here. So steady. Beautiful. Hand to waist, bring it up. All right, now turn your toes in. Bring your heels in, toes in. Now, heels in, toes out. Bend your knees, make sure that your knees are still following your toes. Tailbone down, arms up to goddess. Goddess is a nice standing pose. We're gonna do heel lifts, right? So we are gonna take the left heel up, bring it down. Right heel up, feel your weight shift. Bring it up and down, up and down, one more each side. Up and down, up and down. Hands to your thighs, rear end goes back. Take your left shoulder over to the right and bring it up. Right shoulder over to the left. Stay strong in your legs, we're almost done. Bring it up. Stand all the way up for me and let's heel to our feet in. All right, guys ready to sit? So make sure your chair's behind you. Walk around if you need to. And let's come down to our chair. And this is a great time, a great opportunity for you to go ahead and take a sip of your hydration of choice, your water, I hope, or maybe some tea if you're doing this in the morning time. So go ahead and walk yourself out to the chair, edge of the chair. So I want to come to where my feet can be flat on the ground, and we're going to start and just do a little quick body scan, stretch all the way up. So we're going to start with those toes. Lift your toes, spread. Bring your toes down. Are you sitting tall for me? Good. Bring it down. Let's go ahead and work that core. Sit tall. Lift your toes. Spread them out. Now roll. Get up those heels up off the ground to get onto your toes. Roll it back. Lift your toes. Can you rock with it? Rock forward and up. Rock back and lift. Rock forward and up. Rock back. Now take your arms out to thunderbolt. You're going to come forward. Arms are out like a chair pose, so 45 degrees. Crown of the head is in line with those fingers, and you're reaching and you're up on your toes. And swing your arms back. Lift up your toes. All right, good job. Go ahead, take your left leg back. Back of the foot onto the floor. We're going to drop the knee down. Little stretch in the foot. Bring it back. Right foot goes back. So the back of the foot is on the ground, and then I'm going to drop my right knee down and bring it up. Left leg extends. Left leg goes up and comes down. Right leg goes up, point the toe. Flex the foot as you bring it down. Switch. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time each side. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, point. Exhale down. Now let's take left knee and lift it high. As high as you can. Arms out. Bring it down. So we have cactus arms as we're lifting. Bring it down. Lift it up. Bring it down one more time. Option to move to happy baby. So you'll either continue coming straight up to your chest or taking the knee out. Bring it down. Take it out. Bring it down. Take it out. And down. Last time. Out. And down. Pull your left knee up to your chest and give it a squeeze. And if you like to bend over and squeeze, you can. Or you can stay tall, squeeze. Now go ahead, slip the hand down. Bring your foot across to seated pigeon, or you have your ankle crossed. We'll sit tall, flex your foot. Just sit here for a second. We'll do some hand work. Let's take our hands together, Anjali Mudra. Let's do that Ganesh move, the interlock. So rotating your hands on your palms. So we're here, right? Okay. So from Anjali Mudra, slide your left hand forward, right hand behind, fingertips face elbows. Pull and let your fingers catch. Pull as hard as you can, thumbs go up and down, and then extend your arms out. Anjali Mudra, left hand in front, right hand to behind, so opposite side. Pull, thumbs out. Expand out. Bring your hands down to your thighs. Press forward. Lift your chest. Breathe. And release. Alright, other side. Pull the knee up. Option to bring this into a cat stretch. Or stay tall, pull. I'm just giving my ankle a little shake. Do you decide to go down ankle cross or bring this over seated pigeon? I'm going to flex the foot. A little different mudra this time. Anjali Mudra. Now, we're going to press down. So hands are aligned with elbows. And we're just going to take it down a little. Massive stretch on the hand to bring it back up. Take it down. Bring it up. Take it down, hold, breathe. Release your hands to your thighs, press forward. Good job. And release. Good, tap everything out. So I'm going to windshield wiper. If you have hip precautions or low back pain, don't make this a big a big windshield wiper. So I've come up a little bit. I'm gonna come onto my toes, and I'm just gonna drop my knees to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, arms out, to the left. Let's shift right. Let's shift the opposite way. Shift, shift. One more time. Drop, drop. All right, bring them down. Find your comfortable seat again. So, easy twist, but instead of our arm here, we're gonna do what's called extended, and we're gonna take our arms up to the back corners. Okay? So, let's take right hand to left knee. We're gonna take left hand, reach it up and around, continue to breathe. Good. Bring it back, cross arms. Take it up. And we're just gonna flow. We're gonna inhale in, exhale, twist. Inhale in, exhale, twist. Inhale in, exhale, twist. Inhale in, last time. Exhale, twist. Come back to center, lean forward. We'll take a couple of torso circles around. Let's reverse. Shall we reverse? Go the opposite way. Alright, so we did that little torso shift with our windshield wipers. Let's do it again here. Shift, bring it up. So squeeze your core. Now let's drop it down, over. So that's called a cambray, or a variation. Little flow. Flow out, bring it back. Engage your core, bring it back. Cambray, and cambray. So we're just trying to get a little ease of movement. So it doesn't have to be this big, giant movement. I just want it to be smooth. One more time, shift it over, bring it back, shift it over, bring it back, cambray, and up, cambray. Bring it up, interlace your fingers. We're gonna press forward, bring our belly up to a cat stretch. We'll go to cow and lift the arms up and overhead. Push the arms back. Bring it back to cat. Bring it up. Now remember, you can bend your arms here. Take it back. One more time. Stretch out to cat. Take it up, cow. Release your hands down. Look over your left shoulder. Turn to center. Look over your right shoulder. Turn back to center. A tip. And up. A tip. And up. Drop your chin to your chest. Just breathe. And bring it. Okay guys, let's take our hands together, Anjali Mudra at our heart. Okay, so we'll take a deep inhale in, nice long exhale out, and we're going to take a little bow to ourselves and to each other for the gift of shared practice. Namaste. Thank you. Alright, so guys, I owe you a flex video that did not upload, and then the file was corrupt. So I owe you a flex video for yesterday, or for today. Tomorrow's Tuesday. Also today at 2, I will be doing a flex class live. So if you need your flex in your life, then come for that. Wednesday I'll have some stability up for you. Thursday more yoga. If you have any poses you want to go over, let me know. And Friday flex again. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.